In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I tie my headscarf to achieve this look, as well as how I style my hair underneath and do the underscarf. I'm also going to be sharing a little bit about my scarf collection, what some of my favorite headscarves are to wear these days, as well as some tips and tricks if you are new to head covering and looking for some pointers. So let's get into the video. As a Jewish Orthodox woman who is married, unmarried women do not need to cover their hair. But as a married woman, I cover my hair pretty much at all times. And this is something that I have done since my conversion to Judaism and my chuppah, or my Jewish wedding, about 5 years ago. As a convert, as someone who did not grow up seeing or being around women who practiced this, for me, it was an adjustment. And I went through many iterations over the years until I found a style that I loved, that I felt was beautiful and could be worn anywhere, as well as functional and comfortable to wear. This style that I'm going to be showing you today met all of those criteria for me, which is why you see me wearing it almost exclusively in pretty much all of my videos. So if you are a person who is just getting into head covering, or maybe you have been doing it for a while and you are not quite satisfied with, my kids are screaming, and you are not quite satisfied with your current style or way of doing it, then I hope this video will help you. What's your favorite headgear, Sarah Dahlia?
My hat.
So the first thing you are going to need for this look is going to be an underscarf, and this one that I have is made of a jersey material, and it has a no-slip headband sewn onto it. It's attached. This exact one, I purchased it in Israel from a boutique a few years ago, but you can see the headband is nice and stretchy, and it has a Velcro closure on it, which allows it to adjust to a variety of different head sizes. I have seen other styles available with different kind of closures at the back, such as a tie back or a button closure, and I will put some links in the description box below the video in case any of you are wondering where these can be purchased. So here I'm just showing you the pocket at the back of the underscarf that can be stuffed with this stuffing material, depending on how much volume you want in your underscarf. I have a lot of hair, so I actually wear this underscarf with no stuffing in it whatsoever. I have enough hair that it gives me the amount of volume that I am looking for. But if you are a person with less hair than I, that is definitely a feature that I would recommend looking for in a underscarf, the ability to adjust the amount of volume in it. So there you can see it's got some stuffing in it, and it just adds this extra bit of volume at the back of your head. And I just want to mention, for those of you who are new to head covering, that there is a lot of different options out there these days. There was less options when I was first getting into it, but nowadays there is a lot of different options. And you can get just headbands, these made of this like velvet material, and you can also get these volumizing underscarves with different levels of volumizing ability. So just wanted to mention that. The next thing I wanted to show you here is my scarf collection. These ones that I've laid out here are ones that I wear less often, but I have a couple of florals that I really like, as well as this floral paisley, and I have worn those in a couple of my other videos. These two pre-tieds I purchased in Israel, and this third one on the right was one that I sewed myself, and I was pretty happy with that. Actually, I was impressed with how it turned out, and I do wear this one quite often on Friday nights. Pre-tied styles are convenient because, as the name implies, it's just a matter of putting them on and there's no tying required. So they are convenient at times, although I don't wear them very often myself. These scarves that I'm showing you in the box, these are made of like a viscose weave material, and this last one here at the back is a jersey. My favorite scarves, though, are actually these chiffon scarves that I have hanging in the closet, and this hanger of scarves just gives me so much joy. I should color code them or something, but it is what it is. I didn't get around to it before this video. And these are the scarves that you see me wearing day in and day out in my videos. I used to have a larger scarf collection, but I found that these were what I wore the most. And these scarves I have purchased over the years from a variety of different places, some from Amazon, some are thrifted, some are from various other websites. But yeah, some of my favorites are actually from Amazon. This one is from Amazon, same with this light pink one. And yeah, I think about half of them are from Amazon. So they were very affordable. This light taupe one is actually a viscose weave. I just hung it with my chiffons because it was too thin to fold and stand in the box with the other ones. But yeah, that's why that one's there. This pale lavender one is the one I'm going to be tying for you today, and this was a more recent purchase for me. It's not actually chiffon, it's some kind of a slippery material, but I really love the color and I thought it looked really elegant, so that's why I bought it. This light pink one, as well as this camel colored one, these are both from Amazon. And some people in my videos, I get comments like, why do I always wear the same color of scarf? So I just wanted to demonstrate that even though they look very similar in color, they are actually very subtly different shades. One is a little bit warmer, and the other one is just ever so slightly cooler and a more dusky color. These are all from Amazon, and I have put links below in case any of you are interested to purchase these for yourself. This rose beige one is from the brand Voile Chic, and I purchased this from Amazon as well. And just to answer the questions that I know I'm going to get about wigs, this is the only wig that I own, and I don't wear it very often at all. It was purchased as a part of a Purim costume. From Amazon. So by us, because we are Sephardic, we are Edot Hamizrach, which is Jewish from the Middle East. Generally speaking, we will wear scarves rather than wigs on a daily basis. Sardai, you have your favorite headwear on? This your hat? You love your hat?
Mommy, come on.
What? Can you show us your hat?
Right.
Oh.
Come on.
Someone got into Emma's cream? That's the lid? Oh, yeah.
I can't make one.
Okay.
Game. No.
Nah, don't eat it. Put the lid on.
Don't. When I put so much.
You put so much?
No.
Oh dear. I'm going to demonstrate now how I style my hair underneath the headscarf. And because I can't actually show you my hair, I have persuaded my oldest daughter to be a hair model for us. And she did not want to do this in the beginning, but she agreed after I bribed her. So her hair is quite a bit thinner and shorter than mine is. My hair is very thick, like I mentioned earlier, and it hangs about to my elbows. So I do have a lot of hair. So, but this, it should work just to give you the general idea of how I do it. And then depending on your own hair length and thickness, you will be able to experiment for yourself and figure out what will work for you to get the look that you want. So the first thing I do is make a ponytail about the midway up the back of the head. And when I'm doing the ponytail, I don't pull it through the last time. I just make it like a half updo. And then, like I said, depending on how much hair you have, for me, with my abundance of hair, I will often use a flat barrette clip, something like this, and I will pin the half updo to my head just so it stays centered and in place where I want it to. And just in case your ponytail is more on the diminutive side, you can use something like this. This is actually a shower loofah that I have DIY'd. This is what I used to do before I had the volumizing underscarf. But now that I do have the volumizing underscarf, for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to leave the padding in as I put it on Tamara's head, just so you can get an idea of what it looks like. But I will be removing the stuffing when I go to use the underscarf myself. So that's all there is to using these volumizing underscarves. They just slip on and then secure with the Velcro at the nape of the neck. And I really can't recommend these enough. These have revolutionized my head covering game, and they are definitely an essential in my opinion, especially when the scarf being tied over top is on the thinner side.
Yeah. Bye. Yes, knock at the turtle. Look at this. Knock, knock.
Okay, so hopefully this won't be confusing to you guys. I decided I would film this in a mirror just so you'd be able to see the front and the back at the same time as while I'm tying it, so you'll get the 360 view. So the first thing I do is I fold down about 3 or 4 inches of one side of the scarf, and you can do this on a flat surface if it's easier. I've been doing this for I do it every day, so I have gotten used to just doing it in the air, but if it's easier for you, definitely lay it down to get your fold. And then you place this folded edge on your head with the right side being shorter and the left side hanging down. This scarf that I'm using is quite long, but it doesn't matter. Whatever scarf you are using, you want the short side to be about to your waist. If your scarf is shorter than this, you could potentially make the tail shorter, but you'll just have to try it out and see for yourself what's going to work. So after I've got the scarf placed where I want it, I gather the 2 sides in each hand, and then I cross the left side, the longer tail, over top of the right side, and I tuck what was the right side but now the left side under my left arm. And then I take the longer tail and I maintain the fold that we did in the beginning, and I double it over my head so it creates 2 layers of scarf. Because chiffon can be a little on the thin side, it can be a little bit see-through, I have found that doubling it over the head in this way makes for the best look because you don't want to see any of the underscarf showing through the top scarf. So once I've got the double layer placed where I want it on my forehead, I gather the longer side in my left hand and I pull back the right side out from under my left armpit and I cross it over top and tie it in a simple knot, which I will then pull as tight as I comfortably can. So I've tried to do it slowly here so you guys can see what I'm doing. I have just formed the knot here and then I grab both sides and pull it tightly. This style of tying is actually really great even for Shabbat because we're only doing 1 knot, which depending on whether or not you keep Shabbat, that may or may not be relevant information to you, but I just wanted to point that out. So after I have my knot tied, the next thing that I'm going to do is take the tail on the left side and tuck it up between the layers of the scarf. So I use my thumb to do this. Depending on the texture of the scarf, sometimes this will be enough to hold it and it'll stay tucked in place. But if the scarf is a slippery texture like this scarf is, I will use a straight pin and pin it so it won't pull out. So after that, I just make any minor adjustments. If I feel like my bun is not centered, I will just use my fingers and squish it over. If the scarf has pulled out of place at all, I will just pull it back into place to where I like it. And I will also double check to make sure that there is no underscarf showing. Sometimes behind the ears, I can misplace the scarf and it'll have a little bit of white underscarf showing, which I don't like to have. So I always make a point of checking those areas. So like I said, I don't like when the tail pulls out, so what I do to prevent this is just give it a little twist, tuck it in where it's supposed to be, and use a straight pin to hold it in place. So using my left thumb and holding the pin in my right hand, I will just feel for the pin as it's going through the material, and also so I don't stab myself in the head. But I'm not going through the underscarf or anything, it's just the top layer of scarf. So I pin that in place, and as you can see, it holds very well. If you find that this top layer is slipping back and you want to try and avoid that, you can use something like this double-sided fashion tape. So I just take a piece like that.
Mommy, come. Wow.
Depending on how long the scarf tails are, I will wear one or the other over my shoulder, sometimes both, but usually it's just one. And this scarf did have very long tails, so whichever one is longer, I will typically wear hanging down my back. I really do love chiffon and these other kind of thin materials just for how elegant and fluid the material looks. I think it's a really classy look, especially when it's in a neutral color. And yes, light pink and purple are neutrals in my book. So here I'm just giving you a 360 view of this style, and you can see the shape of it from all sides. And as you saw, it is a very simple style to create, so if you are interested in giving it a try, I hope you will. And let me know in the comments box how it worked out for you. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and you are looking for more content about Judaism or the Jewish Orthodox lifestyle, that is what this channel is all about, so I hope you will subscribe. And also, if you want YouTube to send you a notification when I post a new video, you can turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next video.